विभूतितां भगवतां नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वानुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणे ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सुतीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैर्ननदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवजः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगण्डोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलः प्रध्वं श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैर्वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततत्कृतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भं शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। So we were looking at second chapter.
54.
You're not reached 54 yet. I think last time we started with he requested for one sloka. That was 29th one, and then we went up to 39. So 10 slokas we did last time. So the first few slokas is confusion. 11 to 26 is the real essence of Atma, understanding what is soul. Last time he asked to explain one sloka, that was 29th. That is interesting because it talks about Ascharyavat Paschati Kaschidenam Ascharyavat Vandati Tathaiva Chanya Ascharyavatcheva Navanya Shrunodi. There are few people who don't understand what is soul. There are few people who get surprised by hearing the explanation of soul. There are few people who don't understand and total confusion. Right? Lord Krishna himself says it is very difficult to understand. He describes people are those who heard about this, those who can conceptualize what is soul, and there are few people who cannot conceptualize what is soul. There are who try to explain what is soul, but they don't really understand what is it. Today morning also somebody asked me a question, what is aura? It's very difficult, it's a myth. You can say if you don't understand it, if you can't see it, if everybody cannot see and only few people can see, what should we call it? There are two types of knowledge. One is experiential and the other one is experimental. Experimental is what you can do whenever you want and I can show you. But experiential is only for people who can realize it. So this is a concept which Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna. That is why it keeps on repeating. You will see most of the next. So he himself, next chapters also he explained the same thing. Okay, so that was a good sloka. Therefore he says, you don't know what it is, you don't realize it, you don't understand. We were mentioning about him. But you asked the 29th sloka, no?
Mm-hmm.
So that is where we started last class, because he asked one sloka.
DrTPS, actually, in this book, the translations are pretty good. So let me just read out the translation for the 29. Exactly as you explained here. People may see the soul as a wonder, or say it's a mystery, and some others may hear it being called a puzzle. But none have fathomed the mystery of the soul so far.
That's it. So it's totally confusing. That's what I said. It's a myth. And what is Lord Krishna is trying to do? Lord himself is trying to explain it in few slokas. In second chapter, which is the essence. Then he realized it doesn't work. Because when you explain something, you can look at the face of people and realize whether he is able to follow or not. So he has spent some, how many slokas? Maybe 11th to 28th, 27th I said it is the essence of. So 27th is essence. But then he tried once again saying, then he said if you don't understand also doesn't matter. Because it's not that simple, no?
I think my confusion with sloka 29 is what does the soul, what is the soul?
That is why I was trying to start saying that Lord Krishna himself tried to explain it with 15 slokas. And then he says there are few people who don't understand it. There are few people who understand and then think that they understood it, but it is not really so. It's a puzzle.
Okay.
Why is it called a puzzle? Sometime you will be able to solve it. Next moment you try to solve it, you may not be able to solve it, right? Correct? That's what is called a puzzle. There is no sequence through this. If you go, you get it. So similarly, this is confusing. So Lord himself agrees that the concept of soul is totally confusing, and therefore what he did, it's good enough. Let us come to war now. Right? Let us come to action. So the next sloka, that is where he started with the war. Right? Okay, now don't worry about the generic. Don't worry about the generic thing. Even if your deha goes and dehi remains, or dehi remains and deha goes, that also we explained last time. Both are difficult. So don't worry about the soul. Don't worry about shariram. Don't get tensed about these things. Let us start fighting. Okay. Why? The next few slokas he explains, it is akirti, it is, people will say that you have left this place with the bhayam. The second chapter 33, it talks about it is big papam if you don't do this job. Right? Papavam apsasi, the last line. I am not taking all the lines. Next line start with akirti. So it is defaming yourself as a warrior if you don't fight, because every person who want to fight will not get opportunities in this world. Rarely an opportunity will come for fighting, and your job is fighting, and you don't use that opportunity, you miss a great in your life. So, and then next the 35th one starts with the bhayam. Why are you running away? You are running away because of bhayam, right? And 36th sloka, it is all dukkham. You are running away from this is so sad, sadistic activity from you. Now you will see the same thing repeated in Karma Yoga again. Whatever these slokas, you will see an essence of it coming in third chapter. Third chapter, 21st sloka is one of the famous sloka. Yadyata jarati sreshta tatta deveta rochana sayat pramanam kurute lokastata nuvartade.
Which sloka was that?
21st one. I love that sloka because of the essence of few slokas in the second chapter, which proclaims Arjuna to fight war, and if you run away, it will become khedam for you, it will become daya, and people will say with the bhayam you have left this place. All such explanations are briefly explained in that sloka. You run away, don't worry. But then what people will say, no? Whenever you don't want to do any action, people will quote you, saying that Arjuna did not fight, though he could fight, no? Therefore, I am able to do this job in my office, I am not doing. See, I don't want to do that. Whom do you quote? You take Arjuna as an example. I know how to do it, but I am not going to do it now. Yadyata jarati sreshta. Who is an acharya? Acharya is one who doesn't give lectures. His acharanam, his actions are quotable for the people who are following him. Oh, this man is doing, so I am also doing. See, Gandhi never gave lectures. He was a man of action. So Gandhian principles. Why the name came? Because he was an acharya. The one of the real acharya whom we can quote is Mahatma Gandhi.
So an acharya is a teacher who leads.
Acharya is
not a teacher. No.
Acharya is whatever practices he does, people will start following. That's a. He doesn't give lectures. His lectures are his actions. His lessons are his actions. So yadyata jarati sreshta tatta deve taro jana sayat pramanam. That is become pramanam for me. That is my principle. Why am I doing it? Because I have seen my guru doing this, so I am doing it. See, seeing a good teacher, you feel like, oh, I want to be a teacher like him, right? A disciplinarian, when you see, oh, I want to be like him. So he becomes an acharya. We learn about a Moksha Kundam Vishwesharaya. For what? We want to be an engineer like him. Right? So he is an acharya in the engineering field. He never gave lecture, but he did a lot of projects. So seeing that people will know, I also want to be like this. So if whomever you think that you want to be you say, I want to follow him, right? A role model. Acharya is a role model. So if you become a bad role model, if you run away from this, so it becomes akirti, it becomes papam, it becomes dukkhataram, it becomes, people will say that because of bhayam you left the place. So you become a bad role model. So all these 4-5 stanzas you can see repeated in 3rd chapter, 21st sloka. I am skipping this because we will see that that's good enough. Then the first place where we have seen Krishna asking Arjuna in the 18th sloka in the 2nd chapter. Tasma Uddhvasva Bharata. Oh Bharata, you have seen this sloka. Anda Vanda Ime Deha Nityasyukta Sharirina Anashino Aprameyasya Tasmad Uddhvasva Bharata. Remember this? Lord Krishna was asking Arjuna, get up and start fighting, right? So here again he repeats. The 37th sloka. Hato va prapsyasim surgam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmat udhyasta kaundeya. There he used the word bharata because that was knowledge giving. Here now it's shame on you if you run away. You are pulling his family. It's only the difference. So he tried that but no effect. Knowledge had no effect. So what should be done? If knowledge is not working, next pull your emotion. Intellect is not working, emotion will work. Right? Same. Tasmat uttishta bharata. Replaced by Tasmat uttishta kaundeya. Right? Yuddhaya krita nishchayaha. There he never asked for yuddham. He asked, get up for what? Gaining knowledge about what is the role. But telling the role and all is not a generic lecture, was not effective. Now clearly he says, for yuddham you get up. Right? Tasmat uddhyasta kaundeya yuddhaya krita nishchayaha. Then we said dukkham samam, dukkham and sukham is samam, because that you are going to reach to the sthita prajna in the 54th sloka. So that introduction is given. Now we stopped where sloka number 39, I think. Esha devi hata sankhye. So I explained you what is sankhya, the knowledge. I gave you the knowledge. Buddhir yoge tumam shrunu. Clearly understand this, listen, process in your brilliant buddhi. Buddhya yukto yaya partha. Now you see the word partha. Oh my friend, why can't you process it in your brain and see what you can do? First generic, then to the family, then you are keeping him closer. Partha means you become very close to him. Why? Karma bandham prasasyasi. You have the bondage of karma. You are supposed to do, because we are going to tell what is job of a warrior, and if you have to do it, don't think about death, don't think about life, don't think about. He was telling in the first chapter that I don't want this position of a king. Why should I fight? No. So don't think about the result. Do the job what you. So here that Jnana Yoga, the Sankhya Yoga, is over, but doesn't affect too much. You will see in the Karma Yoga, starting itself, he said, Lokesmin divita nishta pura prattamayānaka Jnana yogena yogena karma yogena yogina. There are two yogas. One is Jnana Yogam and the Karma Yogam. So Jnana Yogam is the knowledge part. Karma Yogam is the karma part. But here Krishna is mixing both. Not just theoretical knowledge, not just practically doing things without having theoretical knowledge. It should be both. So that introduction is given in this, saying that my Jnana Yoga is over, but karma is important with all the knowledge what you have. Nehabhikramano shosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam alpasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. 40. Alpasya dharmasya. You don't have to do the whole dharma. One step towards the dharma is also good enough. Then you can get the mahat position. You can become the great if you start doing it. Right? Udyamam, planning. Sahasam, jump into action. Whether you finish it or not is not important. What is more important is jumping into action. Most of the people keep thinking, but they don't act.
Okay.
Many people keep planning, and there are a lot of people who will say that planning is very important. I keep saying planning is foolish. There are a lot of people, they keep think and become thunk. You understand? So thinking is good, but too much thinking is not good. That's what Lord Krishna is going to explain here. What is important? As soon as you think it is right, don't think about the consequences. Jump into action. A brave man will be ready to face consequences.
This is chapter 2, verse 40, right?
Yeah. He wanted to carry it.
Yeah. Because, yeah.
See, the essence of all these Upanishads, not only in Gita, Mahat Vachanas, there are a lot of nice verses which are available. Udyamam sahasam dhairyam buddhi shakti parakramam shadhede yatra vartande devam tatra prakashayat. God will come and support you only when you have 6 qualities. This is called Ashtamaditya Siddhi. 6 qualities are required to become great in this world. Which are they? Udyamam, planning. But good planning is done. All the Pandavas set the war clearly, right? Who has to be on the first day? If he dies, who has to be the next chief? Who has to lead the army? Which formation has to be done? When they come, what is to be done? All that is planned. With all that, Arjuna is not fighting means what? So Udyamam, planning is not good enough. What is more important? Action. That is Sahasam. Most of the actions are Sahasam because you need a lot of courage. You don't know the consequence. Right? Udyamam, Sahasam, for which what you need? Dhairyam. That is why Bhagavad Gita keep on saying Dhairyam. Bhayam, when you say, that means you don't have Dhairyam. So I said most of the time the Dhairyam is repeated. Dhairyam, for which what you need? Buddhi. That is Sankhya.
So, Sahasam and Dhairyam, what is this?
Yeah, Sahasam is I am jumping into action, but without Dhairyam also you can. Sahasam can be Ati Sahasam sometimes. A train running very fast, and then you have a lot of Dhairyam and you stand in front of that. That is also Dhairyam, but that is not Sahasam, that is Ati Sahasam.
So it's one step over.
Yeah, that is fully blind. Right? So, Sahasam is action. Jump into action is called a Sahasam. For which, why people are not jumping? Because they don't have 3 things. What are the 3 things? Dhairyam, Buddhi, Shakti. You need Buddhi also. Without Buddhi, if you jump, that can become Adhisahasam. Right? You can jump from 13th floor down. But tie the thread on your waist and then jump. Right? That means you are using your Buddhi and you have Dhairyam also. But if you don't have Buddhi and only Dhairyam, what will happen? That will become Adhisahasam. So, Udyamam, Sahasam, Dhairyam, Buddhi, Shakti, Parakram. What is Parakramam? There are a lot of people around you. People keep saying, don't do it, yeah, it's not correct. You have nice house, you have a nice family. Why do you want to go from here? Your salary is good. Why do you want to quit this job? Right? So many people will start giving you a lot of advices. So what you should do?
Just do it.
Just do it the way you want to do it. Why are you not doing?
What would people say?
No. You keep saying, he is telling don't do it. But you have another 3 people saying do it, no? Why are you only quoting him and not the other fellow? Because you have an inclination towards that. We try to justify ourselves. Always this is what's happening. You do what you want to do. But why are you not doing? You will always find. Assume that the mother doesn't agree and the father says do it. Then what will say? Mother told don't do. No, sorry. But if you want to do it, what you will say? Yeah, mother told do it, so I am doing it. Correct or not? Yeah. Now decide. If somebody says no, you want to go and he is pulling my leg. What should I do? I may fall. That's not my fault. But as soon as I fall, what I should do? Get up, beat him, push him down, kill him if I want, and then get rid of this place. Because once I decide something, if there is any pratibandham, any obstacle, right? What should I do? Wherever Lord will support you, only when if there is a pratibandham, don't stop. Kill the pratibandham. Get rid of that pratibandham in whatever style you want. Whoever stops you, smash him. That activity is called a parakramam.
And this should be without mercy.
Without mercy.
Okay.
But that need not be a physical assassination.
Okay.
When I say pratibandham should be overpowered, it could be with your argument. Assume your father is not agreeing. You don't have to kill him. You can convince him, no? That convincing ability is called a parakram.
Killing the idea.
Yeah. See, Shatru Buddhir Vinashaya. There is a Devi sloka in which one of the synonym is Shatru Buddhir Vinashaya. Many people interpret kill the Shatru. Kill the Shatru doesn't mean physically kill the Shatru. The Shatruda bhavam in the Shatru has to be killed. So I consider you as my enemy. Are you my enemy? Or the enmity on you is in me? You understood? You don't like somebody. Is it because he is bad or she is bad? Or you have the thought of somebody that they are bad, right? So what is to be killed? The thought has to be killed. Don't try to change people. Change your mind. See, nobody thinks about you for longer time. You are only thinking about your problems. So you think that this person is thinking that I am not good. That thought is there all the time when I meet him, but he doesn't have it. So whose problem is that? It is my problem, not his problem. Huh? So what should I do? I solve my problem. That is what is required. So here Arjuna is facing. He is thinking these are all my enemy. They are my relative, they are my cousin brother, they are my uncle, they are my great grandfather. They are also standing there for what? To kill you only, right? So why do you think that only in one direction that they are my enemy? You don't have to think. So what is most important? The whole thing is on your thought process. So what Lord Krishna is trying to everywhere, the essence of the slokas are this: planning, action. If there is a pratibandham, if there is an obstacle, you must remove it. What? Try intellectually, buddhi, everything can be tried. Lord Krishna also tried, but that doesn't work. If that is not working, what he has to do? He has to fight. That's why the war came. Now, having come for the war, what you should do? Show your parakramam. Right? So, whatever Lord Krishna gives as a message to Arjuna is also applicable to us in our life. So, I don't know which sloka is not important, which sloka is important. That's what. So, that is what is called a jump into action. That point of time is called the presence of mind. That's where we stopped last time. So, most important is not having intellect. More important is presence of mind, using that time, that point of time. Because most of the time, oh, I should have done it 3 years back. What is the purpose of asking? It's keeping it now. Right? During interview, you are not able to answer. After that, oh, I should have told. I would have scolded him. No? But what? The chance is over. Now you cannot recreate that. So what is to be done? That buddhi is called a vyavasayatmika buddhi. Entrepreneurship is that only actually. The real right time what you wanted to do. That buddhi is vyavasayika buddhi. Practical, good presence of mind. Ekeha Kuru Nandana. See, again the name is called Kuru Nandana. Right? You are the Kuruputra. So because your action is going to decide the fate of Kuruvamsha. That is why he is reminding Kuru Nandana. Your action now 41. Yeah. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha Kuru Nandana bahushagha henandascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Generally, what happens to people, whether to do it or not to do it, this is correct or that is correct, we keep defocusing. Action is when you think this is what is to be done. You cannot do two actions parallel, but you can have two thoughts, right? So how to stop thinking? Jump into action. The best method to, what is to cook today for lunch? This curry or that curry, this curry or curry. Immediately go and take a vegetable, then you decide what is to be done, right? Otherwise you start thinking. So don't waste time thinking. So vyavasayika atmika buddhi, that is what you want. Again he repeats the same. In 44th sloka you can see. Bhogeshwariya prasaktanam tayapahruta chetasam vyavasat yatmika buddhi samadhauna vidhiyate. Again we do. Now, why you are not able to do it is the biggest question. Why you are not able to do it? Generally people are not able to do it. Hey Arjuna, like you, many people are not able to do it. Why? Have you seen monkeys? What do?
Try to copy.
Jumping from one bench to the other.
All the time action, no? So the best method what Lord Krishna says is, be like a monkey, don't think, keep acting. Is it good?
Monkey business.
Okay. Then, like a learned person, like a sannyasis and all that, what do? They don't even move, you know. They keep looking at you. You don't know what is there in their mind. So that is one sort of people. They keep thinking a lot. And you have seen, you know, generally the guarding people are called watchmen. You know what do? They are also sannyasis only. What do? They keep looking at people. You ask them, count how many people go and you must keep watch of people, no? And they keep watching. Whoever goes also, he keep watching. Coming out also, he keep watching. What is his job? Guarding, but you don't do act. Action is not there, just keep watching. There are three types of people in this world. What are the three types of people? The whole people in this world, Trigunasya, there are three gunas. Right? Vibhagam. Trigunasya Vibhagam. Three types of people are there. Trigunya Vishaya Veda. The whole Veda describes people as three. You look at the whole Purana Itihasas, you can see three types of people. In here also you can see, Ramayana also you can see. Rama, Ayanam is called Ramayana. Where did he go? Ayodhya. Rama's place was called Ayodhya. What is Ayodhya?
No, it
Yuddham is not there. That is why it is called Ayodhya. Where did he go? He went to Ravana's place. What is Ravana?
Sri Lanka.
Brainless fellow. Too many heads is Ravana. Why too many heads? One head is not good enough. Therefore you need many heads, right? Most of the actions were foolish, what he did. That's why he was so powerful, but he lost everything. But whose help was used? Monkey's help. Vandra's help. So there are three characters explained here. One is Satvik. Who is Satvik? Sri Rama. Right? Who is Rajasic? Monkeys. Tamasic is
Yeah.
Ravana. So there are three gunas in this world.
Tamasic means slow.
Tamasic is sleeping all the time.
Indolent.
Your brain is there, but it doesn't work at the right time.
Lazy.
They are lazy. They may think, but don't act. And Lord Krishna himself says these three gunas can be seen from the food what they eat.
I have a hard time with that. They will think but not act.
Yeah.
But he acted without thinking.
Who?
Rama.
Ravana.
So he is tamasic, but he acts without thinking. So he is Vyavasai.
But what foolishness, na? That's what I said. Jumping is good, but not without a thread. Jumping is good, but they do it because they are not governed by buddhi. They are governed by the kama, desire. So you most of the people use pickle. Why do you use pickle? Why do we use pickle? I also use.
To enhance
Enhance what?
the food. The things.
Normally we can eat food, right? Without a pickle. You use pickle, what will happen? No, you will eat more. So the purpose of pickle is to feed more. What for? Actually, sufficient food is sufficient for you, right? Why do you want more food? Because you want to act, but more than what is really required. That's also not Vyavasayigatmika buddhi. So, pickle is called a tamasic food. Sattvic food is not too sour, not too hot. You can eat only very little. Right? What is Rajasic food? Which burns inside you so that you will become very active. So food itself is categorized into three. The way you eat also can be seen. I wanted to explain this in my... Somebody asked, what is Rajasic, Tamasic? So in which Partha, you read this.
Three animal characters, gunas. Humans are of three types: cat ignorant, dog vigilant, and fox cunning. All such types are around you. Look at them.
Look at them.
Myself too, right? Deal as you do with
Okay, look at your parents. That will come anyway. Here, read.
deal as you do with those animals. But how does one get to know of the human being he is dealing with?
There is somebody asking me. This is what I wrote. Around us, there are the comment,
Yeah, comment.
The left justified is what I wrote.
Okay.
There are three types of people, three types of gunas, which you can see in three different animals. One is cat,
Cat, dog, and fox.
dog, and fox.
So, how does one get to know of the human being he is dealing with?
Yeah.
Or of which animal does he characterize? If suppose a friend you spend 4 hours of your day with is ignorant, or of cat's nature, how does one deal with it just like for other animals? For example, the answer is, for example, feeding. Easy way to learn character through is examples. For example, feeding or eating habits of animals. For the cat, you need to drag and keep close to feed it. For a dog,
You leave the food, will the cat come and eat fast? Go around it 3 times, look at it. Reaction is very bad. Even if you get the best milk, cat loves milk. But even if you give milk, do not go and drink fast.
to take its time.
It takes it. Reactionless. Next, dog.
For the dog, you throw and give, they catch. The dog will be around you to get.
The way dog eats, have something which it likes, definitely it will grab, right?
Yeah.
That's action oriented.
Okay.
And what is fox?
For the fox, you hide. Then also it will get it. It is difficult to hide from the fox. Observe the friends around you with the same character. Not only in eating, but in other activities too.
Okay, now you tell me your father is cat or dog or at your home. If you want to compare your father, cat, fox or dog? Dog. Okay. Now you realized.
Yeah.
Mother?
Mother fox.
Fox. Now who are you?
I am probably towards between dog and fox.
Wait. When I posted on Facebook, immediately one girl from Delhi, Surya, no?
Yeah, Surya.
Surya.
She said, "Thank you, uncle. With your example and my mother's help, I understood the above said. Now I think I am a cat. My mother is a dog. No offense. And my father is a fox and a bit of cat. No offense." 3 gunas. This is what Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic explained in another way.
So I remember explaining it long back.
So the cat is the sattvic then?
Yeah, cat is sattvic.
And fox is Tamasic?
Yeah. It acts, but all wrong actions, you know. But then how a cat and dog can produce a fox? Your father and mother, 2 different characters. Each one of us have all the 3 gunas within us. We are sattvic, we are rajasic, we are also tamasic. Otherwise, how can somebody motivate you to do things? How can a lazy person can become very active next day? All are within us. Okay? So, to explain that only I said this much. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. All the Vedas explain all these 3 gunas. Nistraigunnyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Sattvatstho Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. What you should do? All these 3 gunas are explained. Now, do you want to get attached to sattvic, tamasic, rajasic? Lord says, don't be in any one of these.
Why not sattvic? Because Rama was sattvic.
Action becomes very, very weak. Rajasic, too much of action.
So we need different things at different
That is what is called that wherever you have to speak, speak. Wherever you have to keep quiet, keep quiet. Wherever you have to show power, show power. Wherever you have to keep become a subordinate, say yes, sir. That is what is Vyavasayika. Don't showing. There are 3 characters in us, but don't show everywhere. Lord Krishna becomes so low, and he will also salute everyone around, but he will show his power wherever he has to speak. He never showed his power where he has to. He never spoke. The first 1 chapter, he would have stopped Arjuna. Good patience. But 2nd chapter, he is not allowing Arjuna to speak at all. Right? So, where, when, what, how, why, I kept on saying this, right? WWWWH. That is more important. So, not doing is not good. Doing at the right time, at the right place. That is called the presence of mind.
So Rama was exactly sattvic because when he was a king,
See,
he was
that is,
righteous.
again you can see, it's all mixed. See, Sita was so sattvic, but there are a lot of rajasic things came out. Otherwise, he will not scold Lakshmana. There are a lot of occasions where Sita started scolding Lakshmana. It is unbecoming of Sita herself. Her real character came out. That's what some people. I told you, after some time, say, I will show you my real face. That means you are so sattvic sometime, but one day you will become so rajasic. So we are all rajasic, tamasic, and sattvic. So you must not becoming Rajasic, Tamasic, Sattvic is not important. What is more important?
Using the right quality at the right time.
Right. So sometime you will have to go above all this. So Arjuna, don't become these three guna. That is not important. What is important is getting higher than that. You will see this on 14th chapter. 14th chapter is what? Triguna Vibhaga Yoga. There is a separate chapter on this. Now you understood why I am spending more time on this, right? Because once you understand this loka, this essence. Second chapter is an introduction for all the chapters. Suppose you understand this, then 14th chapter becomes very simple for you. But if you skip this 14th chapter, you will realize why this is explained. What is the connection between this and my action? They are independent. It's all classes, chapter wise. Second chapter, that links all the other chapters, subsequent chapters. So the Triguna, Guna, Traya Vibhaga Yoga, right?
So,
Yeah.
how can we become better at using the right guna at the right time in this current world?
You need good acharyas. See, what is intelligence? What is Vyavasayikatmika buddhi, you know? That buddhi which tells you what to do when you don't know what to do. That's the definition. That's the definition. That buddhi which tells you what to do when you don't know what to do. That's presence of mind. You don't know what to do, then what buddhi comes and tells you do this. That is what is called the Vyavasayikatmika. So that you have 14th chapter, the first few slokas clearly explains this. So we will see that there. I think 15th sloka, it tells which food gives you what sort of character. So having explained that, he says what sort of food is to be taken by what sort of people. So that's also there in the chapters, which is 14, 15, both must be that. Yavanartha upa udapane sarvata sambludodage tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanatam. Yavanartha udapane sarvatra sambludodage. What you have in a small well or maybe a small pot, what you have in a small container, that's the 46th sloka. What you have in a small, the Triguna is on 45th, next sloka. What is there in a small well is the same water which we have in the whole big lake. Right? Similarly, a person who consumed all the knowledge is equivalent to a book which contains all the knowledge. Which are the books which we have? All the four Vedas. So you don't have to have all the knowledge. What is more important is for action, you sulpa dharmasya. You don't have to have all the dharma knowledge with you and no action. What is more important? With the sulpa dharma, your action is more important. Having lot of water and you are not drinking. Having lot of plan and you are not acting. It's simply the same, right? You have a lot of water but you are not drinking. What is important? Little bit of water, drink that. What is more important? Having lot of knowledge is important, or whatever knowledge you have, it's like a Brahmanasya. What is Brahmanasya? Who knows Brahma is called a Brahman? What is Brahman? Brahman is realizing what is good and what is bad. The whole knowledge condensed from which you have, which you know how to use it at the right time. Hridaya, Guhara, Madhye, Kevalam, Brahma. Inside your Hridaya there is a Brahma which makes you active and creative. Right? All of us have this knowledge. Right? Don't you open the lid with the spoon? What is the purpose of spoon? Is that the purpose of spoon? No. When you get itching, what do? Same spoon you use it, right? So that is presence of mind. What is that in Hindi? We say jugaad, no? Correct or not?
Yeah.
Jugaad, that's it. Use that. If Brahman is one, don't think Brahman is one who knows all the knowledge. He may not know all that, but he knows what is required for improvisation, we call, right? Innovation, improvisation. That is what is required. So, understand this is what is required in your life. Not the whole pond, but little bit of water which can be used. Not the whole Vedic knowledge, but what knowledge you can use, that is more important. Right? Now, with that knowledge you want to do action. There are a lot of people who think if I do this, what will happen? If I don't do this, what will happen? You still keep on thinking about this. In this context only, Lord Krishna says, the next sloka, which is the one which means 45, 46, 47. Yavanartha upa udapane sarvata samblutodage tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanatam. Next, most important in the whole Bhagavad Gita, which is that? That's what you wanted in the beginning, right? The first day you asked. Karmanye vadikaraste. You have to do job, that's it. Don't think about the consequences. Right? Jump into action. Ma phaleshu kadhajana. Start cooking. Don't call it whether it is sambar or not. It may become, right? If it doesn't become, you are a highly creative cook. We can give some other new name to that. Don't we do this?
Yeah.
That's it. Mahabharata war was only one. Who knows Arjuna's role? Nobody knew. He himself don't know what is his role, right? But jump into action. Whether you are going to win or not, it doesn't matter. You know the whole knowledge which is in the Sankhya what he gave. What is important? Arjuna really got confused. Dying is important or living is important? Lord Krishna says if you die, it doesn't matter. Because body is not important, soul is more important. And next Janma, you the same soul will come in some other style, some other fashion. So don't worry. Right? Then he says soul is not at all important because it's not yours. Right? It gets into different sharira in different form. It came to you, that's it. So you are not important. So when you are not important, any possession which comes to you is not important. Any possession which comes to you is not important. Any position which comes to you is not important. What is important? You are important. What are you? You are a warrior. So what's your job? Action. So what is action? Do it. Don't think about. See, there are a lot of people. People are known by position. Some positions are known by the people who occupied that post, right? So who is important? Position is important or people are important? That's why I keep saying, I don't know whether I told. Devegowda became Prime Minister, right? You must hear his last speech in Parliament. People were not even listening to him. They were not respecting him as Prime Minister. We have such, you list Prime Ministers, you will miss few of them because they were insignificant, right? But then Devegowda gave a speech. Don't respect me, but at least imagine, remember this chair is what is occupied by Nehru. Imagine a Prime Minister has to speak like this. Why? The people who get into position because they expect something, right? Without expectation, you be in a post and do many things, people will remember.
But then, this is the question. I know we talked about this also. Like, don't go to the office because you have a family to support. But in Grihasthana, we have to think about the salary that we get in. So how do we
100%.
how do we basically follow karma?
I'll tell you. Private, probably when you are working too good, very good, probably you get a lot of. In government, whatever you do or don't do, nothing happens. They can't throw us out. Only President of India can remove because he gives the appointment. Guest officers will let it. But all people will listen to their bosses. Why? Where is corruption? Corruption is coming because all the administrators, civil service people are listening to ministers. Why they are listening to ministers?
Save the job. Just to
Nobody can remove. A collector cannot be removed. IAS position, if you get an IAS, only president can remove him. Why he has to listen to the ministers? Because he wants posting. Maybe an IAS married to an IPS. Right? Both have to get posting in the same city, Hyderabad. Then what is to be done? They need ministers, right? So where is your attachment? Your attachment became same place, same position. I want some favor. For favor I am doing. So I am not doing my job. I am doing it for favor. Therefore you become inefficient. You understood? So what is required? Don't worry about the consequences. What can be the consequence? They can push you from one place to another place. That's it, right? So have that guts and then act. You are working it for your family, but you decide, if I am posted from this place or that place, doesn't matter, I am going to do my job. If you feel that something is wrong, you must tell. You may lose job. Very good. I used to teach in Hyderabad, Mari Chennarandi Institute for Human Resources. Lot of senior officials, superintendent police, superintendent of hospitals and such people will come. They keep saying, sir, 13 years, same post, no promotion, sir. I said, why can't you quit the job? Ayyo, if I quit the job, I will not get any other job. So you know that you are useless. You are 100% sure you will not get any other job. And still you want promotion? Then only they realize, right? So why are you worried about this? You are only worried about it because you are thinking, I want a promotion and working. I want a promotion, so I will not tell anything bad to my boss. Therefore, my CR will be always good, no? Confidential report will become very good. So, I am working for what? Thinking that my confidential report. Why are you going back home? Why are you going back home? One, you don't have any other place to go, right? Is it the reason? Or, oh, I love to go there. Why are you doing it? Because you enjoy doing it. That temporary enjoyment should be your result, but not that. Why are you planting a tree? I told you this. You are not planting coconut tree thinking that the whole coconut I have to eat. The phalam I only should get. The phalam can be for anybody else.
generations.
While planting it, am I enjoying? That enjoyment should be sufficient enough for me. So during the action, whatever enjoyment I get, that is my phalam. The phalam comes to you in that form. Don't think about the subsequent phalam which comes later. So here doesn't mean that you should not think about satisfaction, think about happiness. You should have happiness, you should have all this, but not beyond a point. Karmanye vadikaraste, most misinterpreted sloka. Most of the politicians keep saying, you do your job, don't take salary. No. Ma phaleshu kathajana, ma karma phalahe turbhur Mate Sangostva Karmani. Don't have association with the job which you have. If you lose it, doesn't matter, it's something else. If not this role, some other role. Right? That is most important. So this sloka I think everybody knows. Now you will see this again. Again and again same sloka will come, because in 6th chapter you will see this again. How a yogi has to act. All that will come in the 6th chapter. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyakta dhananjaya. Your sangam. There is where the attachment and detachment. What is sangam? Group. I am getting attached to this. Sangam tyakta dhananjaya. Dhananjaya, get out of this sangam. Which sangam? My attachment towards I want this, I want this, I don't want this. I don't want this also is a attachment. See, there are a lot of people who get detached from their family life. They get into ashram. And they get more attached to ashram. That's also bad. Attachment should not be there. Got it? I belong to this ashram. That is an attachment. But where did you go detached? Detached from home. From where? Where did you go? When did you an ashram? Now what is your attachment? Ashram becomes your attachment. No. No attachment means no attachment. There also you should not have. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyakta dhananjaya siddhyo asiddhyo samo bhutva. Either your success, siddhi or asiddhi, your success or failure, samo bhutva. You don't have to worry about it, because once you don't have attachment, you are not worried about whether it is a failure or a success. Doesn't mean no action. Got it? Doesn't mean no action. Samatvam yoga uchyate. What is yoga? Yoga for us is all the practice of asanas. No. Lord Krishna clearly explains, whoever has got samatvam in failure or success, he is called a yogi. Samatvam yoga uchyate. This is what is called yoga. What is called yoga? Siddho asiddhyo samo bhutva. Success or failure, if we can face it equally, and who is that person? That person is called a yogi. So what is yoga? Get rid of all the yoga is yoga. You understood? Yoga is used in two words. One is the yoga which we know in quotes. What is yoga? Attachment is yoga. What is real yoga? Not having yoga is what is yoga. Not having attachment is what is yoga. Union is yoga. You get union with your family, you get union with your job, you get totally immersed and you are fully devoted into music. You get so much attached to music. Finished. Not good. So that these are all coming closer to Sthita Pratnavastha. What is Sthita Pratnavastha? Sukham, Dukkham, attachment, detachment. Why you have Sukham, Dukkham? Because you are attached to something. Whatever they do is really good. Most stupid thing here. There is nothing, because we have all the three gunas, right? Assume your guna is one of these. How can you get attached to somebody who has got a guna of slightly different? That's why he asked you father, mother and you. Whom do you like? You yourself know that all that what you do is not really good. Right? Assume you get attached to your father and you say, I am very almost like my father. That means all the bad things what you do is associated with your father's character. So you should hate him or not? Your mother loves your father so much. Whom should you love? A person who loves you is your most loving person, right? So you should not love somebody Who is loving your father? Yes, therefore whom should be closer to you? Mother is closer to you. So your association and disassociation should be with your job, with your family, with your desire, with my love, with my entertainment, attachment, anything.
So was Bhishma, I mean, sorry, going back to the oath again, was Bhishma too attached to his father because of that?
That is why he was in trouble. See, Lord Krishna is such a person, he is never attached to anybody. He has no desire. So what is yoga? Last he says, don't worry anything, surrender to me. What is yoga? Surrendering to God is yoga. Why are we doing it? That point of time, what I am thinking is right because God asked me to do it. Right? Therefore I am doing it. That is called a devotion. Right? So my job is with full devotion. Devotion to work when I am at work. I don't know whether I told you. You like coffee? Yes. You want coffee? No. Will you mind having coffee? No, I can have coffee. Shall I make coffee for you? Not required. You understood? What's my desire? I have no desire for coffee. There are some people, without coffee the day will not start.
Yeah. I'm not the one.
There are some people, without newspaper they don't go to washroom. No? Without music they cannot cook. All these are wrong. All these are bad. Right? Anything is fine. Is it good for you? What a stupid life is this? No? But you know, it's becoming so flexible in life. Any situation you can live. Whatever style you want, you can live. So, are you for war? No. Do you want to fight war? I don't know whether you know. Unknown citizen, there is an English poem. Unknown citizen. I don't remember the author. When there is war, I am for war. Because he is a true citizen. That's why it is called unknown citizen. He doesn't have any opinion. The bank says credit card is given for you. Okay, give it. Bank says loan is given. Okay, give loan. So he accepts anything which is an offer. Right? Therefore, at the end of his life, in the graveyard, a number is given. His Aadhaar card number. His identity is nil. Right? That's good enough for us. He's a pure good citizen. So attached and detachment. So here, yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Don't have any attachment to anything. Don't see that I am fighting war because I love war. No. You are doing it not for you, but for the people. So where is your attachment? Not to you, but for the whole world around us. So where is your sangham? Your sangham is there, but not limited, large number. Siddho siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. That is called yogam. Now let us skip. Now go to 50. One sloka we are skipping. Okay. Buddhi yukto jahadiha. What you should do? Uphe sukrita dushkrite tasmat udyoga aya ujjasya yoga karmasu kaushalam. What is your yogam now? Karmasu kaushalam. What is karma? Action. What is your yogam should be there now? Towards karma. Buddhi yukto, yukti buddhi. What is yukti buddhi? Again, vyavasayikatmika buddhi. Vyavasayikatmika buddhi is action, but not jumping from 13th floor without a tag. That is yukti. Yukti yukta ubadeyam vachanam balakadapi. Logically think what can be done, what should be done at right point of time. That is called a yukti buddhi. right? Yukti, buddhi. So buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrite. What kritam you have? What is the action which you have? Kritam, sukritam or dushkritam? Sukritam is good karma. Dushkritam is bad karma. Both are possible. Tasmat Yogaya yujyasya yoga karma sukaushalam. Action is important, so start acting. Yeta. Now let us skip the 51st one. Go to 52nd. Yeta te moha kalilam buddhir veti tarishyati tatha gandhasi nirvedam srotapyasya srutasya cha. Whatever the buddhi which you have, which makes you to do things. Now what buddhi you should have? Attachment to do things, right? Now here what is said? The buddhi which have got vetiraktyam, vairagyam. The attachment buddhi you should have, but then go into a moha kalilam, with a moham, with a desire. Whether you should do with the desire, vairagyam also should be there. Vairagyam is I don't want.
Still I'm doing it.
Still I am doing.
Why?
Because that is the confusion Arjuna has. The same confusion is explained here again. What is Arjuna's confusion? I don't want kingdom. I am not interested to become famous as a warrior. He is right. Actually, in the whole Bhagavad Gita, whole lot of lessons what he gave, you will understand Lord Krishna has not given any new lesson to Arjuna. These are all there within him only. We have confusion, right?
Yeah.
Lord Krishna, what is his role? To diffuse confusion. Correct? Now when we are in conflict, what is that we want? We want a resolution. Why are we in conflict?
Because opinions differ.
Yeah, that means you know two ways, right? This way also you can go, this way also you can go. Now if I go this way, I will win the war, I get the kingdom. If I run away, what will happen? I will be called as a coward. Bhayam is what driven me out, so you are not a warrior. So if I fight, there are two options. Either I will win or I will lose. All these are not to Arjuna. What so far explained by Lord Krishna is also that only, no? Is there anything new which he told? Then what is the whole purpose? That is where he is driving to. Right? The purpose is to tell you, to confuse you, to do actions with knowledge, knowing that if I win, nothing is going to happen. If I lose, nothing is going to happen. But what Arjuna said is, if I win, I will get kingdom. If I don't fight,
I will not get kingdom.
I will not get. That's all the difference. Somebody may call me as a coward, somebody may call me as a brave man. It doesn't make me a difference. These are all what is explained. But what is added by Lord Krishna? Don't consider you as one person, Arjuna. You are the string in the sequence of knowledge which you have, the sequence of Janma which you have. Right? So you are not doing it as a person, you are doing it as a king. So from a person, he has taken to the family Kuru, who has got a responsibility to rule this country. And your job is to take care of the country. So from an individual, so Dharma, Lord Krishna took him to, Arjuna was only in Vishadam because of his Swakarma. So Dharma, what I have to do as my Dharma. Now Lord Krishna took him from that dharma to a higher dharma, where you detach yourself from the self. That is, don't have sangam, don't have the yoga. But then you should have a yogam with whom? The whole world, the people around you. Right? So everyone is in yoga avastha. Every one of us are yogis. But where is your sangam? Where is your yogam? Mostly it is to ourself, selfish. From selfish nature, you get into a self-awareness nature. What is selfishness? I am is selfish. But understand this I in a global view is called self-awareness. So what Lord Krishna has done with this, from selfish to self-awareness, from normal being conscious that whom I am as a warrior, to a self-awareness, consciousness which tells you that you are part of the whole Sangam. So your yoga is not with you, your yoga is with your God. So what is the yoga ultimately? Lord Krishna. So join with me. That is what? Sudhi Vipradipannate Yatha Sthasyati Nischala Sama Dhavachala Buddhi. What is that consciousness? Samadhavachala Buddhi. Full consciousness which remains still. So there Arjuna had a consciousness which was shaking. He had a consciousness which says whether to do war or not to do war. If I do, I will lose. But there is no I am losing here. There are no I am winning here. Who is winning? The whole people are winning. So my selfishness to self-awareness. You will attain the perfect yoga when your mind becomes stable. Right? Stada yogavamapsyasi samadhavachala buddhi stada yogavamapsyasi srudhi vipradipannade yatha sthasyati nischala. So what is to be done? Keep it. All that knowledge which Veda gives as three different gunas. It tells you to be active, it tells you to be stable. Totally confusing again. You don't know whether to be act or not. All the Shruti. What is Shruti here? The Vedic knowledge. All the Shruti Vipradipannade. Like a Vipran. Who is Vipran? A Brahmin. Who learns all the yoga, but yathasthasyati nischala. But he learns everything. What he does? He doesn't do any action. Right? Having all the knowledge, not acting. Having lot of water, but not drinking. Having all the Vedas, but I am not going to learn anything. Having all the learned knowledge, not acting. These are all different activities. Nothing is important. What is important? Nischalam. What is Nischalam? Samadhavachala buddhi. A non-turbulent thoughts. On what? A yoga. Which yoga? The yoga which create you into the attainment of real peace. What is the real peace? Being with God. What is God? Samadhistasya. Everybody is equal for me. But then, to whom should I support? I support the large number of public who are looking for a change in the role. So when you have a role from the family to Kudumbam, Kudumbam to society, society to a larger society, what you should opt? A larger society. From the self, surrender yourself for a betterment of a larger society. That is what is required. In which you have lot of problems. Now, having told all this, he says a samadhista buddhi is required, a non-turbulent action is what is required from you. You know how Lord Krishna knows it is totally confusing, whether things are very clear. It becomes too abstract, second chapter, because having told all this directly by Lord Krishna just to Arjuna, all the slokas explained clearly well. You know what Arjuna says? Now tell me, how should I walk like a knowledgeable person who has got all these yogas in him? Have you seen the sannyasis who join become so, maybe a rascal or a useless person on the street will become another day yogi. You know how he speaks? Like he should speak slowly, act slowly, walk slowly, because they think having the dress, that is how they should act, right? So similarly, Arjuna is asking, having all the knowledge, now how should I speak? How should I walk? Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. How do a sthita prajna will speak? As if a yogi should never scold anybody. Is it like that? We have seen yogis are supposed to be very mild, good and all, right? Nothing like that. We have got great yogis who are all rishis who are getting angry. Yeah. I told you, I have one of my guru from Calicut. One of the best Swamijis of Kerala today. Swami Chidanandaburi. Right? He has some, I remember meeting him, I said, let me have some time with you. Yeah, I'm going for the next lecture, you come along. He runs from one lecture to another lecture. In between the driving time, if the normal driver drives, it is 1 hour, he will drive in 30 minutes. He says, Swamiji. He says, come on. So he is made me to sit beside him, he was driving. Oh! And 5 people are to be carried in the car. 6th person is me. The police catches. Yeah, GP is to carry 5 people only. Yeah, 5 people only to carry. Yeah, that's it. He will not say 6 are there. He will tell the police. Only 5 are supposed to be carried, right? Yeah, 5 only is supposed to be carried. Did he say anything wrong? No. He didn't say anything wrong. That's it. So, do you think Swamiji should not lie? Swamiji can lie also. And he is really a Swamiji where he will shave the whole hair and he grows up to some time until he shaves next time. That's it. So sometime when seeing him, he will not recognize next after 3 months when you see him. It so happened to somebody who wanted come to ashram. You can talk to me. For sometimes people went to his ashram. Near the gate itself, somebody was digging and then planting some trees and all that. This person who went as a visitor asked, where is Swamiji? I am the Swamiji. Swamiji will not sit in his puja room all the time. You can see him. His hands are very strong. He works in the field. Really works in the field. But people think when you become a Swamiji, what should be done? There has to be few people beside him as disciples and they should not work. Somebody should feed him, he will never feed anybody, right? This concept is wrong. The modern few so-called famous Swamijis are only like that. But the real Swamijis are, they work. They do anything, any job. Somebody asked this Chidanandaburi Swami. Anybody can ask any question in a general session. Why Swami you did not get married? Well, I have not seen a lady whom I can marry so far. Tomorrow if I see somebody, I will marry. What is wrong? So far I was dejected by this, but that doesn't mean throughout my life I will be like this. Nitya Chaitanya Yati. You must read Yati. Yati Charitam. Uti is his Narayana Ashram. He is no more. Ramana Maharshi's disciple. I told about it. Yadi's one book is called Yatra. Travel. He was standing in the queue Those days from Bombay to Chennai, Chennai to Singapore. And somebody came and then told a young girl who is supposed to travel to Chennai, okay, no cell phone, so this girl has to travel alone. So the parents thought the safe hand is a Swamiji's hand. This is what is explained in the book called Yatra. So the parents left this young girl in Swamiji's hand. Swami said, no problem, I will take care. In Chennai somebody will come, I will hand over your daughter to the relative. Immediately after that, the thought goes into Swamiji. You know what? What do others think? A young lady is traveling with me. Immediately, you know, the second thought comes. Yeti writes all this, a plain book. All the thoughts which Swamiji has written in that book. Says, a Swamiji should not think like this, no? So I am not going to think like this anymore. See, everybody has this thought. But how many Swamijis will have this courage to write like this? So people think that Swamiji should not have these thoughts. This Nisangatvam and Sangatvam will come with a lot of experience, not by dress, not by the walk. A police will not become police just because he wears the police dress. He has to have that ability, right? So after listening all this is how a Sangha and Nisanga person should have. This is what is consciousness. You don't have to worry about all this. The question which is asked by Arjuna is so silly, we realize he didn't understand it. So even if you don't understand all these and it is so totally confusing, so many things are repeated, nothing wrong. Because from Lord took Arjuna directly, Arjuna could not follow. So we are not as great as Arjuna. We are not as great as Lord Krishna. So if you don't understand, don't worry. So how many times you will have to read this? Many times. Keep on reading. So up to 53rd sloka when you read many times, then 54 onwards, the Sthita Prajna will come. The Sthita Prajna Avastha is explained up to 72 slokas, right? 54 to 72, the Sthita Prajna will be over. What is Sthita Prajna? Dukkeshu anudiknamana Sukeshu Bhikata Spruha Vida Raga Bhaya Krodha. All these have to be equal. Same thing is what is told in 50 to 53rd sloka also. So you will see this repeated, but more, because after telling Arjuna reacted little. So Krishna understood, he did not understand perfectly what is it. Again he is explained. So you will see a lot of repetitions. Right? So in this part, one of the most popular sloka which we had is Karmanyevadivyaste. But that is not much important. Much important is as an introduction towards what is yoga is what is explained. Nirmamatvam, nirmohatvam. Mamata should not be there. No attachment. Nirmohatvam. Desire should not be there. Again you will see 4 characters which are have. One is desire. Desire, to satisfy you need dhanam, artham. Right? So if you have desire, definitely you need artham. The means of getting your desire satisfied is called artham. And that can be got by 2 ways. One is dharma and adharma. Once you go to adharmic, you will become sad. Once you go to dharmic, you will become happy. So what is moksham? Being happy is moksha. Right? So if you may not get all the time, you may not do every time right, you may do wrong things. What is wrong and right is defined by the 3 gunas which you have. Right? So you yourself becomes a Rakshasa, you yourself becomes a Sattvic, you yourself also become Tamasic. Sometimes you may be lazy one day, you may not do anything. Nothing wrong. So if you are wasting time doing nothing, which avastha you are into? Tamasic. Doesn't matter. But there is a Rajasic in you. You can get into that. That day what do? You drive wild. That is Rajasic. But drive for a purpose becomes
Okay.
Satvik. Got it? That's all the difference. Any questions? Time is up.
This has been good. It's been good to have this.
But little confusing and maybe
No,
too much involved.
Yes, I walk out sometimes thinking and being confused and not having the complete picture.
See, the starting of learning is confusion. If Arjuna had no confusion,
Yeah.
the teaching was not there, right?
Like if I go home now, I can't exactly tell what I learned.
Yeah,
You know, but it just triggers more thoughts. But I'm happy to have this and check it.
That is why at least a few slokas, no? Beautiful slokas. But my problem is when I look at one sloka, oh, this is good. Next one becomes much more better. Oh, most famous are there, many.
This time we did not recite any shlokas. Actually, that helps us to be a
We'll do
little
that.
more.
Next time. What was happening last time, I thought you were not reacting, that's why. Because last time I made all of you to chant. It's okay. You are more Nisangatvam than Sangatvam. If you chant, okay. If you don't chant, okay. If you tell, it's okay. If you don't tell, it's okay. You are already in Sthita Prajnavastha. Correct?
I don't know.
No, suppose you want to listen to this, there are beautiful chantings. Chinmaya recorded ones are very good. No?
Chinmaya Mission?
Chinmaya Mission. The whole thing is 2 cassettes. I remember maybe 20-30 years back we had this Chinmaya symbol. Yeah, Chinmaya Swami's, no? And there are a lot of slokas which he explains. But he explains in an entirely different board. He has got a side one board. That is his explanation.
When I was much younger, I remember going to one of his lectures.
I never met Chinmaya or
This in Delhi.
I used to listen to the Delhi Chinmaya group. I used to attend the many programs. There are a lot of good speakers.
He used to speak very well, Swamiji.
Yeah.
And like he would inculcate the current activity, like suppose
Yes.
cricket test match going.
He will speak about that and relate to that. Yeah.
Suppose there's been some disaster somewhere, he bring that inside.
That's what I'm saying. He is
What
able to
current
relate.
Gita like it's today.
Yeah, and I remember as a young child, because I remember it, I may not have been that young, but that connecting with me more than the ritualistic, religious things my parents used to do. So,
The Chinmaya creates a lot of Chinmaya. Jokes are very good. No?
I listened to Swami Nikhilanand on YouTube. He has covered the second chapter. I just finished it. It was really very interesting, very, very interesting. Again, we need
No, there are a lot of. And ISKCON is entirely different style. You will but listen to that also.
Which is the best one to learn?
There is nothing best. The best is not there. It all depends on your frequency.
Pick up from everything. Like I'm
Listen
listening
everything.
from
No,
the
what is wrong? Listen everything.
Time is not. Time is.
While cooking you listen. While sleeping you listen. The biggest problem in the people are time. I don't understand. You are as busy as Modi. He has 24 hours. You have 24 hours. So I keep making. Ask
I
this
don't
question.
think this is like an end goal. We just keep going. I don't see this as I have to take this and finish it. I'm like it's all every day.
No, you keep playing it at home. That's it. You keep listening it.
Podcast.
And it's when
While driving, you listen. If that is your choice, you don't have to do it throughout your life also. Until you get married, do it. After that, you have another real Gita. Good lectures will go. Get detached from there, get attached to that. Partha, his name is Partha. We had good time, right? Almost 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We came home. A long discussion.
we talk about the three gunas, I just want to have a parallel with the caste thing. A lot of people think casteism is mentioned in the
Swabhava Prabhava Gunai. Lord Krishna says Swabhava determines the gunam. The three gunas depend on the Swabhava, not based on which caste they belong to, by birth. I keep saying Lord Krishna took birth as an OBC. Yadava is an OBC group today. And he learned all the Veda and he became a Brahmin.
Not Krishna.
Lord Krishna, Yadava. Yadava as per Government of India. Yadukula is Lalu Prasad Yadav's group. He is great grandfather of Lalu Prasad Yadav. Lord Krishna's great grandchild is Lalu Prasad Yadav. Only difference, Lord Krishna took birth, he is going to die in jail. That's it. No difference. Cattle field. He was in cattle case. Lord Krishna was always with the cattle. So, which caste you take birth is never important in Bharatiya Tattva Shastra. Vatmiki was a ST, scheduled tribe, but he became Rishi.
whichever quality predominant is predominant in
That
you,
becomes-
that becomes your.
So it all depends on
Your karma.
your karma and how do you get into that.
And Vishwamitra was
Yeah.
Kshatriya.
Kshatriya. We have lot of such people. And there is only one person who had both qualities together and became famous, Parashurama. He was a real Brahmin, but he was a real Kshatriya. Both together. Rama, a Kshatriya to a Brahmin, he did pujas, no? Kshatriyas were allowed to do puja and Kshatriyas had cross belts those days. In Andhra Pradesh, all of them are Brahmins. A barber is called a Nayak Brahmin, no? Correct or not? Yeah. Their original traditional name is Nayak Brahmin. They are barbers. So your karma, 38 varieties of different karmas are defined to construct a village. So people used to get from different parts and then ask them to settle. That's their job. In which barber, potter, everybody was part of it. So your activity, your job, what defines your swabhava with your interest. And you could always jump from one caste to another caste. That was permitted. I have a beautiful blog which I wrote. Lord Krishna is the man who started the dowry system in India. Don't agree? When Kamsa was killed, there were a lot of ladies who were in his prison. He let everybody free. When they were left free, nobody was marrying them. The family themselves were not accepting those ladies, saying that you were with Kamsa. You know what Lord Krishna said? He offered house, ornaments, money, land. Whoever marries these ladies. That was the offer. That was the starting point. So nothing wrong. Somebody did something for a good thing, we started following it blindly. That is where we lost.
That's what they did in Islam too.
Hmm?
In Islam also. Prophet Muhammad did this, said he could have multiple wives because they were widows from war. And now people do it differently.
So next time we will chant.